So we have a massive opportunity to connect the next billion to the web, and that is something entirely different from the smartphone area, which seems to steal most of the thunder in shows like this.
Okay, so where do you make the distinction? You need a smartphone to connect that next billion to the web, don't you? Or are you going to use another device?
Well, I think you need a connected device. But when you look at the smartphones of today, they are still, in the 150, maybe 100 euro price point, and that is multiple months of salaries for some people. So our challenge in the low end is to innovate how you can connect that next billion without, or with combining with the affordability. And so, is it a smartphone? Don't know, but it will certainly connect the next billion, and it will certainly not be able to be priced at 100. It needs to be significantly lower in price.
And you have plans. That's what
Absolutely,
you want to do.
absolutely.
You're going after that billion.
Absolutely. We see that as just as an important factor in our strategy of creating the ecosystem in the high end with Microsoft and then connecting the next billion to the web.
That's really interesting, but are you then working with the networks and service providers who are also an economic barrier to some people getting online or being able to afford to be online on an everyday basis?
Yes, you very correctly point out that it is the overall affordability of that thing that makes it click. So yes, absolutely we work with the operators to bring the affordability up or cost down, whichever way you want to say it. It is a very important part. So how do we get the connection to consume less data? All of those things are an integral part. Now here, of course, we have the advantage of having Nokia Siemens Networks, the network provider, also as part of our group, which helps in that dialogue.
And where are the innovations coming there? I mean, on the high end, everybody wants more data, faster delivery, connected so that the upwards path from my phone to the web is as fast as maybe the downwards connection. Right. Is that all doable on an economic scale?
Well, I think that when you look at the lower end, and I'll give you an example. We run a service called Nokia Life Tools in India, which is actually a graphical user interface on a phone, but the delivery is an SMS. So it looks kind of like web, but it's really very cheap delivery, and it gives you a very basic service, which is the two closest markets, what's the daily price of the crop in A and B, to which place do I physically have to carry my stuff to get a better deal. It has a huge impact on people's lives. I mean, you hear these stories about, the farmer used to have two sons, he sent them in the morning to the two places, now he can check his phone and go there, and the kids can go to school. So we're making a major impact in how people live their lives at the same time.
So as you alluded to, all the noise around this show was, oh, poor old Nokia, partnering with Microsoft, the last throw of the dice. You actually see the emerging markets or developing world as perhaps the one where you will get the upper hand.
Absolutely. In fact, I think we have the upper hand already. If you look, and when you look at our business today, it's relatively evenly split between the feature phones, which are primarily emerging markets driven, and the smartphones, which are primarily industrial, Western world driven. And so I really think we have two places here to go. We are planning to win in both.
There's no need to panic.
Absolutely.